They've been walking through the shopping mall, bored with all the shops. So they wandered round the parking lot to see what had been parked. There were cars of every color, cars of every size. They didn't care what car it was as long as it could drive. And there was $200 in the glove box, full tank of gas by the gauge, a complete set of keys dangling within reach, a recipe for the perfect getaway. Why don't we go to California? So they headed down the road to Tennessee. 3 Hoosier juvenile delinquents, each of whom had failed geography. There was Chili at the wheel, Joe Hawk was by his side, but between the both of them sat Darla Sue McBride. Chili was the oldest, 9 months and 14 days, until his 15th birthday on the day of this getaway. When they pulled into Nashville, they thought they were doing fine. They just followed the golden arches right down Highway 65. Just a little pit stop, stayed at the Budget Inn. As soon as they smelled daybreak, they hit the road again. Why don't we go to California? In 2 days' time, they crossed the Jersey line. 3 Hoosier juvenile delinquents with nothing too substantial on their minds. Well, Joe Hawk didn't say much. He thought he was gonna die. He discovered motion sickness somewhere back on 65. So his head was out the window maybe half the day. Chili's heart did not go out to Joe Hawk in this way. Chili was getting antsy. Darla was getting tired. With her hand upon the radio, she kept the volume high. Now, there are parts of Newark you really shouldn't go after dark with Hoosier plates blaring country radio. Another life experience slapped them in the face on an unlit street of unexpected faces filled with hate. But this night they were lucky and Chili's pedal hit the floor. Joe Hawk rolled the window down, got sick again once more, and he said, "I've had enough of this. I am going home." Darla said to Chili, "Let's find a telephone. Why don't we go to California?" At the crack of dawn, they met the Vermont sun. 2 Hoosier juvenile delinquents. They were trying to figure out if this was fun. Well, Darla, she was resting, laid out in the back seat, and she didn't see the highway curve when Chili fell asleep. But they woke to bright lights flashing, Chili by her side in the back of a state trooper car, being told of their rights. And back home in Indiana, this story, it was told by Joe Hawk to his classmates of adventures on the road. Chili's teacher said to him, "We're glad you're back in town, and that's really quite a story. You should try and write it down." Chili said, "You think so?" and she nodded. Then he paused. "Gosh, maybe my life's better than I ever thought it was." And there was $200 in the glove box, full tank of gas by the gauge, a complete set of keys dangling within reach, recipe for the perfect getaway. Why don't we go to California? Why don't we go to California? Why don't we go to California?